This is Spiritual Lifting with V. Let me get your soul swole. Today's subject matter is I'm doing a part 2 on a subject matter I had done before, but somebody wanted me to reach a little bit in depth into something that I had said in there. And today's subject matter is living versus lifing. And actually, what's the difference? And I would like to start today's subject matter by saying, be well to everyone, peace and love and harmony to everyone. And I want to talk today's subject matter of living versus lifing by starting and saying there is a huge difference between living and lifing. In this life that we live, a lot of times we can think that we are having this fantastically beautiful existence, and that we may be having all the things fall into place. We may have great employment. We may have all this fantastic support from people around us. Just everything in line for ourselves. Going to our respective employment every day, or being in a position where we have the opportunity to be self-employed. But the truth of the matter is that what are you really doing? Are you just going and making that check? Are you just going through the day, and even if it's going through the day successfully, when you returning home, is it the same old routine every day? You go through your day, you do what you're supposed to do, you go home, you have that meal, you spend time with your family, and then you go to sleep and you wake up and you do it all again, only for the weekend to come, and then you relax, you kick back, you do maybe whatever it is, barbecue, have a few drinks, socialize, whatever that may be. And you could be very happy and comfortable with all of those things and really not be encountering any problems. But is it to where it's the same thing every day? The same thing time after time? There's really no real big difference or change in all that you're doing. Or are you actually taking every moment and having it be to its fullest? And I'm not just talking about living for the moment, or doing edgy or the most outrageous things just for that day. Are you really encompassing everything? Because when we are just living, it is a lot of the same thing over and over. Life may be good. You may not even have a bad life condition. You may not be going through a mass amount of problems. You may not be having ailments or painstaking things, or the people around you. You could even be positively promoting a beautiful betterment of life. But for you yourself, do you feel fulfilled? Is every day maxed out? The most that it could be, the most positive, the most happy, you have given 210% to life. Because it's cool. You can live, and you can go through the motions, and you can do you can go through the motions every day and keep doing the same things over and over, which bring you joy, bring you happiness, because as we all know, that people are creatures of habit, so we like to stick to a routine. We like that. Or are we lifing? Are we actually stepping out there and making these motions for things that maybe we normally wouldn't do? Constantly gaining new lessons and new experiences. Constantly taking life to the 210%. Constantly never having to find ourselves in a routine because this whole thing that we're doing is completely full of beautiful experiences. And that may be on a spiritual level, that may be on a relationship level, that may be on a working level, and definitely that could be on a personal self-encounterment with yourself and your own innerverse. What are we doing? Are we just doing the regular, or are we being irregular? Are we following along with the conformity of what is being told to us is lifing, which I was going to say living, because that's what a lot of people will say. Well, I'm living my best life. Well, I don't want to just live my best life. I want to life my best life. I want the eternal. I want the permanence. So I don't want to just live. I want to be out here lifing. If I'm lifing, that means that this is a very bold step and motion to make. This means that you're doing these things, you're existing, you're being part of this universe with no fear, that you're not afraid to take that chance or that opportunity. A lot of times, we just want to do that, maintain our living. How many times have you heard somebody say they're just maintaining, or they want to maintain their lifestyle? But what about doing more than that? What about lifing your lifestyle? What about beyond maintaining? What about constantly upgrading it? What about constantly upgrading your consciousness so that you can actually fully embrace and take in life? Think about when you bring air into your lungs when you awake in the day and you've given your thanks. You have definitely been birthed with beautiful life. And when this happens, no matter where you're at in this state of being, you have something, you have the gold, you have the treasure. Because this is constant opportunity for everything in your existence to blossom and bloom to even more. To add basically that fertilizer, putting that extra thing on top that's going to make the seeds that are within your inner verse grow and get to the highest point that it can get to. Do you want to live or do you want life? And I asked this before. Do you want to live or do you want life? Because you can just exist and live, or you can have the best thing that has ever come to you, that has ever blossomed in your existence by having life. We just were not put here in this universe, in this system, on this planet, just to live. We were put here for the fullest experience. And having that fullest experience does not mean that you go through this existence recklessly. It does not mean that you waste it upon frivolous things such as substances. It's not to say that those things aren't there for you to experience. It means that you're supposed to experience, and you're supposed to learn, and then you're supposed to grow, and then you're supposed to keep going higher and higher and higher. Because anything, whether it be food, whether it be sex, whether it be money, whether it be substance, if those things are what your existence is boiling down to on a daily basis, you may want to ask yourself, do I really have life? Because none of those things are going to bring any type of fulfillment. None of those things are going to take you to where you need to be. Those are all material, momentary things. But having life is about eternity. It is about taking the experiences and converting them into something higher so that you yourself can elevate to a much higher place. Again, do you want to live or do you want life? Because living is momentary. Lifing is eternal. And so we must take in everything that has ever been brought to us, the good, the bad, the positive, the negative, and be appreciative of it all. Because these are the things that have brought us to and created us to be at a higher spiritual body, that have taken us and made us who we are. Sometimes we look back at life and we're upset about a lot of things that maybe we didn't get to do, or maybe that didn't happen for us. But it's never too late. Why can't now be that first opportunity? Why can't, once you have that thought, you say, you know what? I'm going to take the chance and just do it. Taking the chance on life, taking the chance on yourself, even if you don't succeed. How do you know what joy is inside? The feeling of completion, the feeling of you put out the effort is going to do to elevate your entire soul and spirit. Listen, the blessing is everywhere on a constant basis. We just have to go and get it. Seek and ye shall find. If you want that love, if you want that happiness, if you want that harmony, if you want that joy, if you want that peace, it must come from your inner verse, and you must be the one to step out there and grab a hold of life. Don't let life grab a hold of you. Don't wait any longer. Don't just live. Have life. And never give up your life. Never cut yourself short. Never say it's going to be the end today and then stop, because only you have you to blame if it never gets any further, if you never blossom any higher, and if you never get a chance to experience everything that you've wanted in this life. Because at the end of the day, nothing is ever anyone's fault. The only common denominator, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, at the end of every issue, at the end of every problem, at the end of every waking moment when you lay down, it's just you. How are you going to change your existence? What are you willing to do to change your existence? Do you want your existence to be changed? Do you want to live, or do you want life? Because life is one of the most beautiful things that we could have. We are so rare and unique in this universe. There's nothing like us. And even if there's things that are similar to us, we are so unique to the entire universe. It's not just these plants, these animals, the people, the water. I mean, just think about this. We're 70% water. And water is all around us. It falls from the sky. It's on the ground. This whole planet is almost completely water. We drink it. We are flowing just like rivers. And it's such a beautiful thing. And we can see these birds flying around and flapping. And everybody is having this opportunity to join as one. Don't waste it being in disagreements or being separate or finding the difference. Get inside yourself, into your inner verse, and find the oneness. And once you find that oneness, once you work on being one with the universe, being one with the elements, then you can start to be one with life. And once you start becoming one with life, you can then begin lifing. Look, open your hearts and your spirits. This existence is so beautiful. Have unconditional love. Don't sit and hash over the faults of your own existence or others' existences around you. If you know better, help to do better. If you see something, and do it some encouragement. But by doing this, you're increasing your life. You're giving an opportunity to life, to others. People, have love within your hearts. Have love within your existence. There's not much difference between anyone that's out here. The big difference is the way and the approach that people attack their own consciousness, their own state of being. If you want different, if you want the full experience, stop living and begin lifing. I thought that for today's subject matter, it's a beautiful thing because we can always constantly, all of us, constantly work to a better life. Everyone constantly has something that they need to work on, things that they need to just tweak a little bit, because you may be at a great place, but there just may be those one or two things that need to be improved, because we could all always use some improvement. But we must take it upon ourselves. Thank you, beautiful birds, for this beautiful day. Thank you. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Grand Architect. It's such a beautiful day. Let's take a hold of this life and make it the best every day that it can be. And if it wasn't that great for you yesterday, let's take time and let's improve it. And let's really get our life to a level where it wasn't the day before, so that we can all begin to have the fullest experience that we can have. Do you want to live or do you want life? I don't know about you, but I definitely love lifing, and I love my life. And so, you should make a dedication today to not just live, but to fully embrace life. Be thankful to the Creator for the existence, and continue to move yourself forward in this life. Because yesterday was yesterday, but today is definitely a brand new day. And each second and each minute is brand new. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be just living, or do you really want life? And if you've been holding on to life and you really want life, then do it to the fullest. And if there's things that you've wanted to change or you've wanted to improve, don't wait. And if there's things that would lead you to a better direction, but maybe you were afraid of to experience, go out and do them. There's no point in wasting this existence. And as always, remember, the children are what's most important. They are the future, and we are the past. But by working together in this life, we can all be the future. This has been Spiritual Lifting with V. Let me get your soul swole. Peace.